5:30, our monthly segment here on NBC 10, Connect to the Capitol. Mayor Brett Smiley joining us. A lot to talk about between the Washington Bridge, the state of the schools. So let's get started. First, good to see you, Mayor.
Nice to see you too.
Hope you're enjoying the summer.
Yeah, it's hot in the city of Providence too. We actually extended the hours of our pools and our splash pads because of the heat advisory. So if you're in Providence, everything's open until 7 now instead of the regular 5 today and tomorrow, and potentially it'll get extended. It'll depend if we continue to see declared high heat days.
Awesome, good to know. I want to start out with the news conference that happened a little while ago with the governor and the director, Alvidi, talking about why there were no bids to rebuild this bridge, which has really been the talk nationally because everywhere I go, people are talking about it. And they talked a little bit about their timeline was too aggressive. Yeah. Is that a lackluster answer? Or, I mean, no company anywhere is putting a bid in to rebuild a bridge?
Well, I think it's a realistic answer. It's a disappointing answer. I mean, if you go out for proposals and say, can you deliver X by Y date, and it's just not possible, who's going to sign up for that? And so I don't think it's an incorrect answer. I think that it was not the right thing to go ask for. So now they're back to square one. They're going to do what they call an RFI, which is something that we do in government, to try to get a sense from the building community of what is a more realistic timeline. What they keep telling us, which I'm holding on hope, is that because the demolition contract has been approved, and of course the demolition has to happen first,
right,
that this doesn't necessarily delay the final delivery, because they got to do that anyway.
Right.
But I hope they stay on it. I have confidence that they are very focused on this.
Right. And
but it's disappointing.
Right. You know as well as I do, hope doesn't build bridges. No, so the fact that, what does this say about our state? That do you think people feel like that's a hot potato? I don't want to touch it.
I'm sure it's a combination of things. It's a little bit of a hot potato. There's talks about legal action for previous folks. I'm sure that's got an impact on the community. And then if it's a timeline that's not realistic, while we're in the process of suing past vendors, what private business wants to sign up for that? And so what we need is a realistic timeline at a reasonable rate to charge the taxpayers to pay for this bridge, and then to get the darn thing built.
Right.
And it shouldn't be on any political timeline. It should be on what is the timeline that private industry who's going to do this can actually deliver on. And then we as taxpayers hold them accountable for what they promised.
Right. When they made that lane change on Washington Bridge, we kept on showing the cameras, traffic was moving well. That's not always the case on 95 North heading into the city, and sometimes on that bridge. Right. I'm wondering, you're in the community, what are the lingering effects for the city and the businesses that are in it?
Yeah, the real problem, and this came up in the press conference today also, is 195 East leaving the city, particularly in the afternoon rush hour. And that's why you see delays on 95 North and South. It's the traffic getting onto the merge to go 195 East. 195 West is moving great.
Right, exactly.
Just like before. And so what we see in the city is South Water Street, Eddy Street, Point Street, all the different ways in which you might get onto 195 East is a problem.
What about the businesses though? Because I was downtown a couple of weeks ago and I talked to a business owner, and they're like, yeah, we still feel like it's...
Yeah, it's a problem. And so the General Assembly, because of the governor, made some emergency relief funds available. We've not yet received those, but when we do, we're going to distribute those to the local businesses to provide a little bit of relief, take a little bit of the edge off. They were right. The Commerce Secretary today talked about how we do, in fact, need to try to inspire folks to still shop local, not just go back to your old habits, but maybe like go out of your way to support some of these businesses that are hanging on by a thread. And then to fix this 195 East problem, because that's what's causing the problem in Providence right now.
The other thing is perception. So I know we just ranked very well on some national polls, walkable city, tourist city, we made the top 100. There's a lot of people, though, and we've heard this from the Rhode Island Hospitality Association and the restaurants in the city, about the fear of the public image of crime in Providence. And when you see it happen in Federal Hill, people get nervous.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, have you had a meeting after some of these things and said, okay, we gotta do something different here?
We did. Federal Hill in particular, we did exactly that. So there was an incident of attempted robbery on alfresco dining on Federal Hill. We met with all the business owners 3 days later, and they asked for more police presence. We've provided it, and we've all redoubled our efforts to not just make sure that it's safe, but to make sure that diners and patrons can see the police, that they're in a visible place, and at times when they need them the most. late in the evening, Sunday brunch, particularly on nice days when we know there's going to be a boom, we put extra coverage up there. So we've responded in that way. The crime statistics are actually still quite low, but we know that public safety is a feeling, and so we want people to feel safe, not just to be reassured that the statistics are good.
Right.
And so if you go dine on Federal Hill, and I hope you do, you will see a Providence police officer walking the beat. Occasionally the mounted commander up there.
Right, which is, that's always, it makes it a little bit nicer.
Exactly,
yes.
And so you have that comfort and confidence to know that we're there.
Right, I would like to get to schools because I'm getting the rap in my ear soon. So if the state does hand it back, and that's I know what you want, what has changed so much in the city of Providence that they're going to hand them back to you and you guys are going to really make things better?
Well, we have made some changes. The state, and together with PPSD, there's a whole new curriculum. We've recruited and retained a lot more diverse teachers than we used to have. We have a whole lot more teachers who are certified in MLL, multilingual learners, which most of our students are. We've made meaningful progress in renovating our school buildings. And so all of these things add up to progress. And I don't expect that we're going to hit the metrics that were in the original turnaround plan. Those are going to be decades, I think. But what we want to see is progress. We want to see that we're on the right trajectory, that we're on the right path. I'm hopeful that we are. We're going to eagerly await the test scores that come out this fall, and we're working to be ready to take those schools back.
All right, Mayor, I got to hold you there, unfortunately, but thank you for making some time for us and answering those questions. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
Always nice to see you.